Let's bring in Iowa Congressman Zach Nunn. He sits on the House Financial Services Committee. Congressman Nunn, good of you to join us on a holiday weekend. So tell us about, some of the opposition to this bill. People don't like it. We'll get into those numbers in a minute. A lot of people don't like it. Why do you think that is?
Well, John, first and foremost, happy Independence Day weekend. I was with the president as he flew back to Iowa and sold this bill firsthand to Iowans. And I think it is very important. It's much more difficult to construct a lie than to tell the simple truth. And that's exactly what the president did, both in my home state of Iowa this 4th of July, as well as on the South Lawn when he signed this into being. First and foremost, simple truth number one, it is the largest tax cut in American history. Simple truth number two, it is the largest cut of the federal government spending in American history. Simple truth number three, it's our best defense, our border security and our national security, $150 billion going into it. And simple truth number four, it's a great way to unleash American energy. No more delays, no more red tape, no more dependency on foreign oil. This is the ability to step forward. And simple truth number five, which is so important, serving on financial services and the Ag Committee, is that it takes care of those who are most vulnerable for those benefits while not costing the taxpayers more or bleeding these systems out. Those are five really good things that help make this bill move forward. And I think when Americans hear more about this, in addition to all the benefits of no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, no tax on, tips, these are things that are really going to invest in our local communities, drive our economy up, stop our federal spending, and help every working American in the entire country. That's a good birthday gift for America.
Well, happy birthday, America. We will get into the benefits cuts in a moment, but first, those numbers I was telling you about earlier, the Fox News polling unit asked Americans whether they like this bill or not, and 59% say they oppose it. 38% say they favor it. So how do you turn that around? And again, why do you think those numbers, the opposition numbers, are so high?
Well, let's be very clear. Republicans came into this, and we've spent 6 months crafting a major tax reform, border security, and energy independence bill. We've been focused many late nights getting the legislation done. Now, on the other side of the aisle, as you just saw from the minority leader, Democrats spend hours talking about all the scare tactics that are out there. Things like seniors aren't going to get Medicaid. Not true. That pregnant women are going to get cut off SNAP. Not true. That illegals are somehow going to be deported. Well, that part is true. And I think that's really important as we go forward here, that we start being able to now share with everybody what is in this very important bill and how it helps their lives. Because here's what I know. There's a requirement out there for minimum amounts of work, schooling, rehab for somebody to get their benefits. 81% of Americans agree with that. Nearly 79% of Americans value the tax cut. And here's the proof, John. In Iowa, my home state had a Democratic governor. We ran a $1 billion plus deficit. And when Republicans took over, when I got elected and beat a Democrat, we were able to cut taxes. We passed the largest tax cut in Iowa history. And as a result, our economy went through the roof. Iowans had more money in their pocket. They spent it on Main Street and family farms and on their kids. And as a result, Iowans knew how better to spend their money, and the economy was successful. This is the same lesson we're going to take to Washington, D.C. I feel very comfortable in saying Democrats are wrong on their messaging. We're right in our policy, and the American people are going to benefit from it. You're going to see those poll numbers turn around pretty quick.
All right. Well, I want to play some sound from a prominent Democrat about what she sees in this bill, and I'll get you to address her points after this. Listen.
Losing all your health care, not able to feed your babies, not being able to put a diaper on their bottom in exchange for what? This bill is a deal with the devil.
Not being able to feed your babies, says AOC. What do you say to that?
Well, I think this is the type of exact scare tactics that we would expect out of New York and social democrats who want to take over the grocery stores, eliminate the police, and believe that government knows better. Here's what I know, John. Americans know far better than anybody in Washington. What this bill really does is invest in families. Legislation that I helped lead to make sure that every family in America gets a $2,200 tax credit for their kiddo. If you're adopting a child like we were through the foster and adopt program, that's a $5,000 tax credit. President Trump made a $1,000 commitment to every new mom that they get the ability to help invest in their kid's future. That's more than diapers and formula. That's moving our entire country forward. And here's what's best about this. It's a reinvestment in what really makes America successful. The entrepreneur, the innovator, the small business. We're getting rid of deductions. We're getting rid of the tax on Social Security so that seniors can actually invest and have a good life after a lifetime of work. We're making sure that Medicaid and Social Security, as well as things like SNAP, have the benefits they need so that those most vulnerable Americans, seniors, pregnant mothers, families with dependents, get the opportunity to continue to receive it while not having them bled out by bad states like her state, New York, that is at the double digit for fraud, waste, and abuse. We're bringing $200 billion in the fraud, waste, and abuse of Medicaid right back into a system that can help those families who are vulnerable get that support they need without the able-bodied 29-year-old guy in the basement playing video games being able to get a handout that costs the taxpayer more. These are real success stories.
Congressman, as the nation embarks on its 250th year of independence, I want to put up some numbers that show a change in how Americans are feeling about this country. In June of 2022, 39% said they were proud of this country. In June of 2025, the number almost 20 points higher. 58% say they are proud of the United States. To what do you attribute that?
Look, I attribute this to good leadership that starts at the very top. I'm a combat veteran. This is the first time in forever that we've been able to say we have full recruiting retention, maxed or exceeded in all of our branches of military service. It's the first time in memory where we've had, in this case, 0 illegal border crossings because of President Trump's leadership and Congress's action to be able to secure our border. It's the first time in a long time that we've truly been able to say that we are energy independent. And candidly, the president has been a leader not only domestically in driving our economy forward, but a leader for peace around the world. You know, my Guard unit back home, we took those key strikes that eliminated real threats. President Trump is leading peace between Israel and our Arab partners. I was there when the missiles were falling, and they also wanted America's partnership in this. Even the Ayatollah has stepped back into this and said, hey, we are going to be able to work with the United States because of President Trump's leadership. We saw it in Kosovo and Serbia. We're seeing it throughout Africa. President Trump's leadership, America's leadership, is drawing a stronger world where we have an economy that can blossom, a national security risk that can be abated by peace through strength, and ultimately an American future that people say is brighter than the future we had behind us. The best days are ahead. It's being led by this Congress, by this president, and by the American people.